Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are all doing really well. Now for today's video, I wanted to do something a little bit different, a little bit off work related, and talk to you guys about my laser hair removal experience. A lot of you guys have sent me emails, sent me DMs on Instagram and asked me, what my laser hair removal experience was like. The typical questions: was it painful? Was it expensive? How long have I been doing it for? Etc, etc. So I thought I would just collate all those questions and answer them for you today. So if you're going to go get your laser hair removal done, you can literally just watch this video and most or all of your questions would be answered. And yeah, let's just get started on this video. So I wanted to start off by giving you guys a little bit of context before we begin and tell you guys all about, the laser hair experience, how I started off, and just give you a little bit of background and story and context as to what my situation was when I started laser hair removal. So just a little bit of background. I'm just going to insert some photos here. These are like old photos from maybe like 10-15 years ago, and I just want to put this up here so you guys can actually see how hairy I was. And I just want to mention that I am Indian, so I have that sort of, that thick hair gene in my body. My grandma has it, so obviously that's been passed down to my dad, and then my dad passed it on to me. Fortunately, my mom doesn't have any hair, so I sort of got like the bad side of the genes. So I'm definitely very hairy. I know you might not be able to tell, obviously you can't tell anything because I've obviously got it done, but these photos should definitely indicate to you guys that how hairy I actually was before getting laser hair removal. So let's get started. So I'm going to start off with waxing because that's how my hair removal story started off. So I think I was back in high school and we had sports sessions, so PE sessions, so we had to obviously wear shorts, and me being the Indian girl that I am, my legs were really hairy. I'm going to insert a picture here. I don't have a photo of myself, my hairy legs, but I'm going to insert a photo here which will sort of resemble what it looked like when I was back in that time in 2007. I tried waxing for the first time because I had a lot of hair on my body. I felt like shaving wouldn't really do the job, so mum waxed my legs for me at home for the first time ever. I actually experienced a lot of pain with waxing, so it wasn't my ideal and my most sort of preferred choice. So anyways, I did waxing for a few years, I would say. Negatives were it was painful, it was expensive. A lot of people generally don't have hair up here, but I feel like I have a lot of hair around this area. This area is also meant to be your hormonal area as well, so it just depends on certain people. But I had a lot of hair around my shoulder area, and it was literally all the way, even the back of my hands, on my fingers, down my chest, back, lower back, legs, and everywhere. But I didn't start waxing my entire body at that time. I only waxed my arms and my legs, and I think that's all I waxed at that point. But that routine got really annoying quickly because if I had to go out somewhere and I needed to be hair free instantly, and then I couldn't really just get my legs waxed or my arms waxed, so I hated that inconvenience factor. So then I resorted to shaving. Now shaving was good, especially if you start shaving after you've been waxing for a while. The hair will grow thinner, but if you then continue shaving for a while, the hair will definitely grow back thicker. That was definitely the case for me, and with someone that already has so much hair on their body, if you kept shaving that, you would just see I've got black hair, dark black hair as well, so you would just see the black dots when the hair was about to grow out. You just see the black dots, which was really annoying, and I don't like that look. I don't like that feeling. It's just not a flawless sort of skin look, which you could get with waxing, but even then with waxing I would get a lot of ingrown hairs as well, so that wasn't ideal. With shaving, after I kept doing it for a while, I had to actually almost shave every second day because my hair was growing that quickly and it was really thick. If I didn't shave, then it was just so obvious that there was hair there and there was black spots, and I really didn't like that. I'm the type of person that likes to be hair free completely, so shaving really wasn't doing the job for me. And another thing that I didn't like about shaving was when you jump into the pool, especially before you've shaved, oh my god, I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but I've experienced it where it burns. Your skin actually burns in the places where you've shaved. You definitely need to moisturize a lot, but I don't know what it was, like the chlorine or salt water. Like my skin used to burn, especially after shaving, and I used to go swimming, so that was a no-no for me. So that was waxing and shaving my body. Now go to my facial hair. So I have a lot of facial hair, especially, you know, this area here and all the way down my neck, my upper lip, and I've got a lot of hair here as well. I've got it in the spots where you think like females wouldn't have hair. I've got hair there. So trying to be completely transparent and honest with you guys, just to give you a good indication and true reflection of what my story was like. So I know a lot of Indian people watch my videos, so I want to be absolutely like transparent and clear and give you my honest opinion. So yeah, then it came to my face. I started off with waxing my face, which was, oh my god, so painful. I feel like the skin around your face is really delicate. I don't want to be, you know, stripping it off, and you know, it makes your skin sag, I've heard. I don't know how true that is, but that was sort of stuck in my mind. So I didn't really like that idea of waxing. Again, it was like my hair would grow back so quickly. If I was to wax, my hair would grow back literally within the next 6-7 days. Like that's how quickly my hair was growing back, and I didn't like that you could see the little sprats of hair coming out. And oh my god, just thinking back is just giving me like tingles about it. So I wasn't really happy with my waxing experience for my hair, for my facial hair, and then I resorted to threading. So threading is basically where you've got threads, and then you would have seen like ladies doing their eyebrows. So I would actually go in and get my threading done for this whole face area here, upper lip, chin, and just up, you know, my neck area here, because that's how far the hair used to go. So threading was so painful. Like I kid you not, it was super painful. Again, it was inconvenient. Like I had to go somewhere to get it done, and again, the hair didn't, it was probably worse than waxing, because waxing the hair grew after like maybe 6-7 days. This was like 3-4 days my hair was growing back. So and another thing that I got with waxing, which I didn't mention, was the spots you usually get when you wax. So I was getting a lot of pimples and breakouts, and I didn't like it, because every time I knew I wanted to get my hair removed, I knew that, you know, I would end up with pimples. So like I was like, you know, what do I really want? Do I want pimples, or do I want my hair removed? It was that kind of thing. So that was really annoying for me, and the same thing happened for threading as well. So the pimples weren't as bad, but I used to get a lot of bumps and spots all over my face, which was very irritating. Like if I was to apply makeup, you would see these bumps appear from, you know, under the makeup, and it was very gross. And again, ingrown hairs were like a big thing on my face as well after threading. So obviously trying waxing and threading did not work. So as I eventually grew up, I would say I tried these sort of techniques for about 5 years, and then in year 12 my friend told me about laser hair removal. So she had been getting it done as well. She was an Afghan girl. We were like best friends in high school, and she told me that she tried it out because she had a similar situation to me. And she's like, oh my god, Sanjna, you have to get this done. It's amazing. Like the hair doesn't grow back after like 4 weeks. And I was like, what, 4 weeks? Like that's insane. I'm here trying to like go through, you know, week by week, and I have to do it like constantly, but 4 weeks would be like amazing. So I was obviously, you know, instantly hooked. I was like, what is this? I have to go try it. Literally that weekend I went to the same laser lady that she went to, because she referred me, and I went for a consultation, sat down with the lady. This was like a newly opened laser clinic. So she sat down with me, and she was super nice, and we went through all of my problems. I was like, look, I want to get everything done, like literally head to toe. I want to get everything done. I'm really hairy, I have thick hair, like just please let's work on this together, and let's remove my body hair. So she's like, okay, you need to calm down for a second. You're not the hairiest person here. I've seen a lot more hairier people than you, so you need to calm down. It's not a big deal, but we can start slowly getting you onto this journey of getting your hair removed. I was like, okay, let's start. Like, can we start with full body? She's like, no, we should do like test patches first. Just make sure that your skin doesn't actually react to the laser. So we did that, and eventually we started off with my first treatment, which was my underarms. So that was my first thing that I ever got done, and I also started off with my face as well. And then I eventually sort of rolled into getting my full body done. I do that on a regular basis, obviously like longer intervals than before, but I feel like that works for me. And anything to have like smooth, silky skin without seeing those black bumps, getting pimples and rashes and spots, that just works for me. So that's a little bit about my hair story and what I have experienced. So I want to start off by telling you guys what is laser, because a lot of you guys won't know what laser actually is. What it is, it's basically a machine that zaps away your hair, and it gets into like the root of your hair follicle and it zaps it away. And while it's actually zapping your hair away, there's actually, so in the machine itself, there's actually a part where it zaps your hair away, and then another section in the machine, it actually gushes out like cold air. So because the zap is like heat, so it's really hot, the cool air is meant to just, you know, calm your skin so you don't feel like, you know, you're burning or anything. So the machine that my laser technician uses is the Candela Laser Pro. That's the one that she's been using, I feel like, ever since I've started. So that's essentially what laser is. So yeah, once it's actually zapping away the hair, you can actually smell your hair burning, but that's totally fine. I mean, like, it's gonna go away, but there's definitely a smell to it. The next question I want to answer is, what is the process of getting laser hair removal done? So I'm going to explain the process for me. I feel like it would be very similar to, you know, many other laser clinics around the world as well. So some similarities, some differences, but I feel like the crux of it is essentially the same. So you essentially go in to get your first, you know, consultation done. I'm telling you guys what I experienced. So consultation, they do a little bit of a zap test and see, you know, if you're reacting to the laser, and then send you home, and then you'll see, you know, if your body or your skin has reacted to that. If you haven't reacted, then you're all good to go. You know, if there's no redness, swelling, or any other, you know, skin allergy that you may have gotten. So they test to make sure that's all clear, and then you're all good to book in your first appointment. So before you go in for your first appointment, you need to do a little bit of pre-work. So basically what it is, you need to shave the area that you want to get lasered. So if you want to get your face lasered, you've got to shave your face. You want your arm lasered, you've got to shave your arm. The reason for this is that the laser won't actually pick up any fine hair. It's designed to pick up thick hair follicles, because that's what the light sort of targets. So with shaving, your hair will grow back thicker and you can actually see those black spots. So that's why they make sure that you have to shave the area that you want to get lasered. So you need to do this pre-work the night before getting your laser done, because if you do it like 2-3 days before getting your laser done, the hair might grow back, and then it will actually hurt to get laser done because the hair follicle is there outside of the skin. So removing that will just be a bit more painful compared to if you've just shaved it the night before. The hair follicle wouldn't have actually come out of the skin. You can see the black dots, but it wouldn't have come out of the skin. So they recommend doing that. So then once you get into the clinic, the area that you want to get lasered, they will actually draw over you. This is experience I've gotten. So they will actually draw over your body or the part that you want to get lasered, just so that they can section off the areas correctly, and they can, you know, mark out the areas that they want to get done, and that they don't miss anything. So if they want to get my face done, she will literally like draw lines like here in sections, and like, you know, make squares out of them and go section by section just to make sure that nothing is missed. So you can tell, like, after you've got your laser done, you can tell the parts that have been lasered because there's a little bit of redness and blah blah blah, but the squares help to just figure out what's been done and what hasn't been done. So, you know, most times they will draw on you, but I don't know if some laser clinics don't, and they just wing it. But I think drawing really helps to mark the area correctly so you don't miss anything, because that would be the worst thing ever. You come home and you see they've got like one hair that hasn't been lasered and you're just like, oh. So that's what will happen. So once you've completed your laser treatment, then they will generally apply like aloe vera gel just to calm your face and, you know, soothe your skin a little bit, and sometimes even an ice pack if you're feeling like a very hot burning sensation. So they will do that and really take care of you if it's your first time, just to make sure that, you know, your skin doesn't react negatively towards this. And once you get laser done, you're not meant to go in the sun. You're meant to apply sunscreen for at least, I think, a few days, and you can't be doing like gymming and, you know, excessively sweating, because that sort of affects the laser that you've gotten done. So that's fine. Like 2 days of not doing that is not going to kill you. If you've got laser done and you paid this money towards it, then I suggest you follow the instructions to have like the most to have like the best outcome with your laser treatment. So once you've got your laser hair removal done, over the next few weeks you'll start seeing your hair. It may look like it's actually growing out and you're getting ingrown hairs, and it may look really ugly, but don't worry. So it may look like, you know, you've got ingrown hairs and it may look really yucky and gross to you, but don't panic, because that hair will actually just fall out over the next few days, and then you'll have like baby smooth skin. So this process is like the shedding process, because you've burnt the hair follicle, like it still has to, you know, some part of it was grown under the skin, so that part has to, you know, come out of the skin and, you know, exit the skin, and then it'll eventually fall off. So I can see with my skin at the moment there's a few grown hairs that have come out, so I can literally see them and I can just like pluck the hairs and they'll just fall out easily. And then you can start exfoliating your skin in the shower to help quicken that process and allow the shedding to be done a lot quicker. So once you've got that done, the hair may or may not grow back depending on your genes and hormones. People are different, their hair growth cycles are different. So I will start seeing hair after I've got my full body done. If I got full body done minus the face, I'll start seeing the hair grow back, you know, slowly after like 7, 8, 9 weeks. But for my face, I'll start seeing the hair grow back after, you know, 4 weeks. So I'll need to go back and then book my appointment for that second appointment. So that's a little bit about the process for laser and the process that I've been through. So next question is, who does laser work for? So when I got started with laser, I think this was about 2013 that I started, so about 7 years ago. When I got started with laser, I was told that laser could only work on fair skin or like medium toned skin at the most, and your hair has to be dark. So the reason for that is, if it's like, if you think of your skin or your skin as like, you know, white piece of paper and you've got black like drawings or something on it, the laser light will pick up that black hair because, you know, the base is lighter than the root or color of the hair. I don't know if that makes sense. So if you were like, you know, if you had really fair skin but you had like blonde hair, I don't think the laser would work. But I know recently there's been new technology, new, you know, laser machines that have been developed and created. So I would recommend speaking to your laser technician, your laser lady, and asking them and having like that first consultation just to figure out if that laser would work for you, and they'll let you know. Next question, what body parts do I get lasered? So as I mentioned, I started off with getting laser done on the starting off first with my underarms and then moving to my face. That was like the main concern for me, but then obviously I wanted to get everything done because I could see the benefits of, you know, my face and underarms, you know, getting so much better. And especially with underarms, after you get, you know, laser done, because especially with waxing, your underarms would appear darker and, you know, brown. So I wanted to sort of alleviate that, and laser definitely did that for me. So my underarms are definitely a lot lighter, which is so helpful. But yeah, started off with face and underarms, and then I moved on to slowly doing my legs. Did full legs, full arms, and then I was like, this is actually working really well. I want to get like the entire body done because I still had like a lot of hair around my chest area, my back, my lower back, and I wanted to get that done. So now my process has been that I get my full body done every 2 months or so, excluding my face, and my face is every 5 to 6 weeks now. So I need to follow this regime, and I have been following it for the last 5-6 years now, because my hair just grows and I really can't do anything about it. A lot of people don't actually need to do it for that long, because after like the 8th, usually people need about 8 to 12 sessions and then they're good. Their hair, like, you know, significantly reduces. There may be that odd hair that may pop up, but you can go back and just get like touch-ups done, and not completely do the, you know, entire body. But for me, my hair it's definitely become a lot finer, but I have a lot of hair follicles, a lot of hair that shoots up. It's obviously reduced in thickness. It's sparse in some areas, but not sparse enough for me to stop doing laser completely. But I like the effect that, you know, it's 2 months without getting any waxing done or like shaving, and my skin looks silky smooth. And yeah, like as I said, my mom doesn't even need to go in. So if she gets her face done, she doesn't need to go in for like 5-6 months. And she'll just go back and then just get touch-ups. So some people are really fortunate like that. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them, and I have to go in regularly to get my laser done, but I'm happy with that and I'm okay with that because I knew what waxing and threading was like and shaving, and that definitely did not work for me. I think it's just my hormones, my genetics, that, you know, I have really dark coarse skin that I feel like laser will never permanently reduce my hair, but that's okay. It's significantly reduced it anyway, so I'm happy with that. It's just that I need to go every 2 months to get my full body done and 6 weeks maximum to get my face done. Next question, how much does laser cost? Now, when I started off with laser like seven years ago, back then it was definitely expensive because it was being introduced. People weren't completely aware of it. Even though it was popular in America and, like, you know, Europe, etc., in Australia it was still like sort of being introduced and people weren't too familiar with it. So it was obviously very expensive to get laser done. So prices in Australia back then, I heard that some people were getting laser done for about, you know, $800, you know, to $1,000. But that has significantly reduced now. Like, the average range of getting full body now is generally around $300 to $400 at some places. So because I've been going to my laser technician for a while now, so we've sort of developed that relationship where I don't need to pay that normal price because I'm having to go in very, very regularly. So that's really nice of her. So if you're looking to sort of minimize your cost with laser, because it's still like a decent and fair amount to pay, it's not cheap, and if you're going to have to do it regularly, then I would recommend sort of bulking up some areas or sections of your body that you do want to get done, because the more you do, I feel like the cheaper it is. They can sort of package a little deal for you, and instead of doing things separately, packaging in like bulk buying kind of will make it a little bit more easier and affordable. And also prepaying for your sessions as well is really helpful. So if you know that you're going to get your underarms done for like the next year or so, you can actually pay for those like 8 or 10 upfront sessions, and you may get a discount, because I know a lot of sales go on with laser clinics where they provide a lot of discounts if you know, bulk buy or pre-buy. So definitely look into that if you are trying to save on your laser hair removal costs. Next question, this is probably the most asked question, does it hurt? Now, so when I first got my laser hair removal done, the first appointment that I ever had, because you don't know what to expect and what the pain would be like, when the first zap happened, I was like, oh my god, this is actually really, really painful. And I actually couldn't bear the pain. Like, initially it was just really painful for me. What it feels like is a rubber band. So if you got a rubber band and you did like a slingshot sort of thing to it, to your skin, towards your skin, that's the pain that you would experience. So that whole zapping feeling, that's what the pain is like. And also, if you are new to laser, because you would have obviously shaved, that would obviously be more painful, because the laser machine has to target that hair follicle, and because it's a thicker hair follicle, because you've just started shaving and it's new, the whole process is new, it will definitely hurt. But as you go through your sessions, you'll be able to predict what the pain is like, and because your hair will become thinner and lighter, you know, during that whole process, it will definitely not feel as painful. I definitely experience some pain because my pain tolerance isn't that great, and usually when it's that time of the month as well, you would experience a little bit more pain than usual, just because you're sensitive and your body is sensitive, so you may experience some more pain during that time of the month. Yeah, it does hurt, but I think you can get used to the pain, and especially because I've been doing it for so long, I've gotten used to the pain, but every now and then it still sort of like just gets me. Areas especially like around your elbow, around your knees, yeah, your face definitely hurts because it's a very sensitive area. Even around your shoulders, this kills if you have to get this done. But I mean, no pain, no gain. So yeah. So are there any side effects of getting laser hair removal done? No, not necessarily. What you do want to make sure that you're doing, actually, because you've just got like this light sort of, you know, shooting at you and you've been zapped, your skin is sensitive after getting it done, so you want to make sure that you're taking care of your skin, you're moisturizing, you're applying sunscreen when you go out in the sun. Direct sun contact a few days after laser is not advised because you could burn your skin. Yeah, definitely a few days after getting it done, you shouldn't be tanning, but you can definitely tan after like a week or so, but getting it done immediately, but tanning immediately after is not suitable. But yeah, just taking those precautions will eventually lead to no side effects. I would say I haven't really had any significant side effects, so yeah. So lastly, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an indication of what my overall experience was like. Will I continue doing it? Am I enjoying it? Etc, etc. So definitely I will continue doing laser, because if I stop I will become hairy. I'm not lucky and fortunate like many of the other women around the world, which don't have to do it more than like, you know, 8 times. And I've been doing it for like 5-6 years now, so I need to continue doing it, because if I don't, then my hair will slowly, it will like be thinner, but it will still be there. Like, just because my hair is very like aggressive, and I've just got those darker Indian genes. So as you can tell by my eyebrows are pretty thick and I haven't even filled them in. So I feel like that's a good indication of telling someone how hairy you actually are. By looking at someone's eyebrows, you can tell. I've definitely been happy with my experience with laser, no issues whatsoever. I'll definitely continue getting it done. Price point, obviously it's a bit expensive, but that's something I'm willing to sort of, you know, invest in, because I know waxing and, you know, threading, I would have had to do that a lot more often, and the pain, like, again, I feel like the pain for laser is far less than the pain compared to waxing. I just cannot stand waxing. It's just too painful for me. And yeah, I'm super happy with the results that I've received. So those are all the questions that I think are relevant and will maybe, you know, assist you guys in making an informed decision. But definitely consult your laser technician and have that consultation with them. Sit down, talk about your skin, your concerns, etc., because they'll be the best people to give you that advice. But if you have any other questions about my experience or any other questions at all, then leave them down in the comments and I will definitely answer them for you. Other than that, that is the end of the video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it and found it informative. If you did, then please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below, and I shall see you guys in my next video. Thanks guys!